Judge Vanderbeek Court is now in session. Judge, this is the case of the Kennedys.
Thank you. You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Kennedy, you brought this case before the court.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on?
So I'm sharing custody with our 12-year-old daughter now, and I'm just wanting a little more help with finances because as she's getting older, expenses are getting a little higher, and sports, dances, going out hanging with girls, and yeah, I just want a little more help on my end. I'm paying insurance already. And,
Okay. How much are you paying in insurance?
$130.
All right. And what is your daughter's name?
Autumn.
Autumn. Oh, what a...
Buckle up, guys. Today, we're diving into a courtroom showdown that's anything but ordinary. Right from the gavel drop, we learn that Mr. Kennedy wants more financial help for his 12-year-old daughter, Autumn. As she gets older, so do her expenses. Sports, dances, travel, and everything that comes with growing up. He's already paying medical insurance and doing the heavy lifting as a co-parent. From the get-go, you can feel that this isn't just about numbers. It's about responsibility, fairness, and what it takes to raise a child today. The tension builds quickly, and you know the courtroom's about to catch fire.
Beautiful name.
Thank you.
Autumn. Okay. So what type of expenses does she have that are increasing?
Yeah, so she's doing volleyball right now, and we're thinking that she's going to be doing that in high school as well.
Okay.
So it just, athletic wear and then traveling, going to places. I want to go and support her and as well as her, but I'm the one having to drive and take her if I don't want her to ride the bus because I don't feel her safe doing that.
Okay. Is this a school bus or?
Yeah, it's a school bus.
With her teammates?
With her teammates, yes.
And you don't feel that she should ride with her teammates?
If it's really far away, maybe like an hour or more, I'll
Okay.
drive her, but if it's 30 minutes or less, I'll usually let her typically go.
Okay. That's understandable. Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to her?
She's just a growing girl, and girls are expensive, as they say, so.
I mean, we are. We have a lot of stuff that we need. So, yeah. Ma'am, is there anything you want to add or subtract from what he said?
Yes, Your Honor, I do feel that he's trying to take advantage of my new...
All right, guys. Just when you think it's a standard child support request, the mother drops a bomb. She's married to a CEO and receives a weekly allowance. But before anyone celebrates, she clarifies, it's only $500 a week. She claims her husband, despite his wealth, keeps a tight grip on his finances. The drama escalates when she accuses Mr. Kennedy of trying to take advantage of her new situation. It's a bold claim, and her defensiveness is loud. You can tell this case isn't just about financial obligations, it's also about emotional baggage and unresolved tensions from their past marriage.
Relationship.
Okay. Tell me about this new relationship.
Well, I can't really help who I have fallen in love with. So my new husband is a fantastic provider. However, I do get an allowance, and it isn't as much as you would think coming from, well, my husband's a CEO of an energy company, so you would expect a huge allowance, but obviously he has to protect all of his hard-earned income.
What type of allowance do you receive?
About $500 a week.
$500 a week. Okay. All right.
So, which really isn't that big a deal. Obviously.
That big a deal in terms of the amount of money, or you paying child support for the child living with him and having increased expense?
Well, I don't think it's that big a deal to Mr. Kennedy because he has a pretty healthy income himself.
But you do understand his income does not have anything to do with an increase in what you should be paying in child support, right?
Yes, I understand that, but what
Okay.
I don't think has been considered yet is the fact that I set aside furthering my education, though I wanted to pursue that so that he could go get his MIS degree and then a master's in something. So I'm not sure that it's fair I would like to consider all the money that
The mother insists her sacrifices during the marriage, giving up her education so he could earn advanced degrees, should count now. But Judge Vonda is clear. That's not how child support works. The court doesn't factor in past sacrifices or the stepfather's wealth. The judge firmly redirects her to the issue at hand, child support based on her own income, which in this case is her $500 weekly allowance. You can almost feel the reality sinking in. It's a tense moment of reckoning, and the courtroom air shifts. Personal history won't save her from financial accountability.
spent on me that should have been spent on me while we were married.
Okay, yeah, no, that's not how this works. And sir, she says she gets a $500 a week allowance from her husband, and who is a CEO of an energy company. Briefly, how much money does your husband make?
I'm really not sure.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
It's a lot.
It's a lot?
I think so.
When you say a lot, is it like in the 200,000s, 300,000s?
Well, the car that he drives was about 200,000. So I'm thinking you'd probably have to
You
make
only
more
get a
than that.
$500 a week. You know what? That's not my business. That's not the reason I'm here. I'm not going to even entertain that.
That's what I was thinking too.
I'll just move on. Sir, do you know how much money her husband makes a year?
I don't, but he's the Steve Jobs of the town of energy,
Steve Jobs.
so to say.
So let me ask you this. Are you expecting her child support to be based on his Steve Jobs?
No,
job?
his success has nothing to do with me or my daughter or our
Okay.
daughter. And like I said, I just want a little more help because she's
Okay.
getting older. And, if she's happily married with whoever and how big his wallet is, that is totally up to her.
Okay, well, I'm glad that's not what you were doing because you can't do that anyway. But what we can do, ma'am, is make you pay more in child support because at this point you've been paying zero. Because from what I see, you're a stay-at-home mom.
We're in the hot seat. Judge Vonda calculates the exact child support amount based on the mother's allowance. The breakdown is crystal clear. After taxes, she owes $266 monthly, plus $130 to reimburse Mr. Kennedy for insurance. That totals $396 a month. It's fair, it's firm, and it's final. The mother's poker face cracks just a little, realizing this is real. The judge isn't swayed by emotional pleas or financial posturing. Instead, she sticks to the law and the numbers. It's a powerful example of courtroom balance, justice grounded in logic, not drama.
But you do understand that your child has increased expenses, correct?
Yes, I do see that.
Okay,
but
so after yes, I do see that, that means that I don't need any further response. So you understand that, right?
well, how much are we talking about?
We're going to base it off that $500 a week allowance that you make.
Okay.
So, based on that, I have your gross at $2,000 a month. After you take out the calculations for the taxes, your net comes out to $1,662.53, okay? That would give you a child support obligation of $266. However, you also heard him say that he pays $130, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
In medical insurance for the child. You're going to have to reimburse that to him. So, in addition to the $266 a month for child support, you add the $130, your child support obligation monthly comes out to $396.
Can I say something?
Sure, but make it brief.
Okay, well, I don't know if he's still subscribing to the same psychic,
Okay.
but she charges, I think it's $412 a month.
Okay.
And-
What does this psychic have to do with these numbers?
Well, because I just feel like if he can afford the psychic, then maybe he can afford the insurance. And I guess I feel that that is money that could have gone towards my education while we were married.
Okay, well, I've already said no to that. That has nothing to do with me. I mean, you should address that in your divorce, obviously. And whatever he pays If he chooses to do that, that has nothing to do with your responsibility, your financial responsibility to your daughter. So if there's nothing further from either of you, you all are dismissed.
Just when you think it's over, the mother tries to derail everything with one last Hail Mary. She brings up Mr. Kennedy's psychic subscription. That's right, a psychic. She argues that if he can afford that, he can cover the insurance. But Judge Vonda shuts it down fast. The psychic, the past marriage, the missed tuition, all irrelevant. The judge reinforces what matters: current income, current needs, current responsibilities. It's a strong message that financial accountability doesn't come with emotional loopholes. The dismissal is swift, and the courtroom tension breaks with finality. This round belongs to the facts,